why did you go to Wrexham? Why?
Initially, it was based around my son. I'd been away from home for a year, and I decided before that year that regardless how it went, that I wanted to go home after it. And I'd done really well. And luckily, it was a summer where it was quite sought after with different clubs and transfers being rumoured. And I didn't know where. I just didn't want to move away from Liverpool ultimately, and that's a 40-minute, 50-minute drive to Wrexham every day. And when they became interested, it was obviously, they made me an unbelievable offer to move to the club initially, but the main driving force behind it was to be able to spend the time with my son every single night. And it's something obviously I've not regretted from the moment I signed. The club's only been going one way, and that's up, and it's been the most enjoyable time of my career to date.
So for those who may not know, again, this is all covered immensely well, obviously, in this incredibly popular Welcome to Wrexham series. Season 2 of Welcome to Wrexham premieres September 12th at 10 Eastern on FX and streaming the next day on Hulu, which you can check it out right here on Roku. Who was there first, you or Rob and, Ryan?
Rob and Ryan.
They were there first?
Initially signed the club, I think it was in the October before I signed. I signed in the June or July of the next year. So it was the first full season that they were going to have as owners of the club. And I think I was one of the first signings that they made. Obviously that summer.
Did they sit down with you?
No, I was actually in my mum's back garden when I first got a phone call. It was obviously a number with a code from Beverly Hills in Los Angeles, and there was me sat in Liverpool looking at my phone thinking, who's this calling?
Right.
But when I answered, it was Rob. Rob gave me a call and really wanted to sell the club to me and the dream and the vision that they have for it going forward. And to be honest, he didn't tell one lie on that phone call. Everything they've said is
what did he say
true.
What did he say to you?
He just told me that the ultimate aim was to get out to the division, that they see the club progressing so far. Obviously, from a commercial point of view, with the documentary, that was something I didn't know about the club. And he explained how they were going to try and grow the whole club and the community, and really put time and effort into the people of the place, not just into the football club. And that's been fulfilled at the moment, and we want to keep building on the pitch. Obviously, we've had success last season, and this year we're aiming to do it again.
Now, obviously, you had just told us here about the personal reasons as to why you wanted to sign and how the benefits, I guess, for your personal life, geographic soundness of Wrexham. But was there a part of you that's like, these actors want to buy this club from America here in this part of the world, and I need to check on this a little bit? Was there any part of that for you, Paul?
Not really. Once I spoke to Rob, I think initially my thought was, how much will he really know about, obviously, the UK game and that league in general? It wasn't a league that was ever out there. It wasn't a league that was ever really put into the public spotlight. And I think that the two owners made that happen. And now there's probably a lot of people in the world who know what the National League is. But even be it from the UK, it wasn't a league that was talked about ever so much. And they've really done that.
Yeah. And they've done what they said they would do. Yeah,
from the moment I got there, they obviously outlined the plans for the club, and it took probably 1 year longer than we expected to get promoted. But I think that just added to the drama and probably helped the documentary just that little bit more.
Well, they do have the sense of drama.
The Hollywood ending,
There's no question about it. So how do you like having the cameras on you?
It's something I've sort of gotten used to. It's not something that bothers me, but equally it's not something that I sought after. I don't change when I'm in front of cameras. I am what you see or what you get. It's something that doesn't faze me. I sort of be myself, and I think if you always be yourself, then you can never have any regrets, or you'll never say something that you regret saying because you're just speaking your mind.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, are any of your teammates a little bit leery of it or concerned about it?
I think some are a little bit more happy to see the cameras than others. Yeah, I think some of them like being in the spotlight a little bit more, but some obviously don't. That's personalities change. And for me, last season, obviously scoring a lot of goals, and obviously from when the documentaries come out, I was one of the main talking points and things. You sort of get a bit more of a spotlight and things, and it was something I just had to accept and roll with. And now it's something that's become a little bit more regular and something that you just get on with.
Did you know who these guys were when they called you and hired you or wanted you to come aboard?
Initially, when I heard about Wrexham, I didn't fully know who Rob and Ryan was. You have to Google them? I'd watched Always Sunny.
Okay.
I didn't recognise Rob McElhenney has been in it. I just knew it as Mac.
Okay.
Which was quite refreshing when I did realise, because I'd watched a couple of the seasons of it. And then with Ryan, I knew the name. I knew it was a popular actor, but I just hadn't watched many of his movies. I'm still not a movie person, particularly. Obviously now I've caught up on a couple of them and sort of got to know him better through his Deadpool character. But,
okay, so Deadpool is your entry into Ryan Reynolds, and your entry into Rob
I first watched Red Notice. Was my first movie of Ryan's that I can watch. That I remember watching purposely because he was in it. But obviously, with Rob, it was Always Sunny. I'd watched a couple of seasons.
But you didn't recognize him. Did you then?
I didn't recognize the name. It was just as Mac. Obviously,
Sure.
in Always Sunny, he's known as Mac. So
when you're sitting in your mother's backyard, as you said,
yeah, our house was getting renovated, so we was staying in my mum's for a couple of weeks.
You're staying with your mom, and you look down at your phone, and I assume 310 area code or whatever, that's the area code here in Los Angeles, pops on your phone, and you're talking to Rob. Did he say, I'm an actor from Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Or did you have to, once you hung up, go, oh my God, that's the guy from the show?
No, when I answered,
watching.
He said, I'm the big shot from LA. No, just kidding. Which he is, but he didn't say that.
Right,
No, he's a really down-to-earth person, and obviously his personal life or his jobs and achievements didn't really come into conversation.
Okay.
He just wanted to sell Wrexham as the football club
Damn
me
straight.
to get me to sign, which is what he done. He sold it as best he could. I think if he wasn't in the jobs he's in, I think he'd get a good job as a salesperson, because his pitch was phenomenal.
Because I'm just saying again that you just say hang up the phone, and then you realized eventually, it dawned on you that one of the actors from a show that you're watching was the guy who just called to pitch you on going to Wrexham.
Yeah, it was quite cool, to be fair. It was. It
is.
Afterwards, when obviously I realised who they went. Well, to be honest, before the phone call, I'd researched who he was. I was like, oh yeah, that's from Always Sunny. But initially, when I first heard of the Wrexham interest, I hadn't. But they're just good people, and as I say, I'm not one of those people who gets overawed or like thinks any different of anybody, from the homeless person on the street to the A-list celebrities who now I talk to. Everybody is the same in life, and both owners are exactly the same as me in that aspect. They treat everybody the same, and that was what was most pleasing for me, is speaking to the people. They did have no ego. It was literally they were there to do the best for Wrexham and the community, and for me, that's my job now, is to do the best for Wrexham and the community also.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.